Hello everyone, Catweasel here, welcome to the channel. And it's been a while, it's been about 2 years, especially especially on the video game channel. I haven't done much on my board game channel either, truth be told, but life, things got in the way. But I'm going to start doing a bit of Lotro. I've just got back into it after ages. Way back in the depths of time, I used to play this a lot. I think the last expansion I got was Riders of Rohirrim. So, bloody hell, Riders of Rohan. When did that come out? So, that's the last time I played this, so I pretty much can't remember how to play it, but I do remember that I enjoy playing champions, so I'm going to play a champion. And I'm thinking about this playthrough, which is going to be very casual playthrough. I might do a few episodes, I might do more than a few episodes, we'll see. But we'll call this season 1 and see how far we get, because it is one of those games which I thoroughly enjoy just playing, dipping in and out of, and no rush. And it's a real old style game, proper step and fetch it quests and things like that. And it's been going 17 years. Can you believe it? 17. So, I think I got it in 2007 when it came out. As such, obviously, the graphics aren't as good as modern games, but I quite like the quiche nature of it, and I quite like the graphics, so that doesn't bother me any much. Doesn't bother me anymore. Doesn't bother me very much anymore. That's what I meant to say, but I was running it all together. So, they have cleaned it up in the 17 years since, but they've pretty much been building on the old engine. So, one of the good things though is if you've got any sort of modern computer, this runs like a dream. So any sort of modern computer, you'll have no trouble running this on the high-end specs, because it's a good game. And they've just opened 2 new legendary servers. Obviously, with it being so old, they had there was a time when not many people were playing it. I think it's had a bit of a resurgence. They've just done a new expansion, which is what is it? The Havens of Umbar, I think. I've got every expansion, I think, up to Riders of Rohan, so there's probably a few that are missing. But yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm VIP again, so I will have some special things that I can do that perhaps other people who are on free to play can't. And as I've just mentioned, it is free to play if you wish, and I think you can get up to about a level 100 on free to play, and there's plenty to do. Even on free to play, there's loads and loads to do. 17 years worth of content. They've probably took out more quests than most other games have actually got in the quests. So a lot of things have been changed. You will notice that while we're playing. I'll highlight a couple of them. I think it's more a question of, because they were building on such an old engine, when they've decided to change things, then they've decided, you know what, it'll be easier to leave this legacy stuff in. It won't work, or if you press on it, it'll come up and say like, oh, this doesn't work anymore, which can be a little bit odd. But I think the reason for that is because it's so old and it's been built on so much. They don't actually want to mess around in, properly taking stuff right out of the game, just in case it messes up and the whole game collapses. So there are a few little bits of legacy things that are still in there. I'll point them out as we go through, because that's part of the history of the game as well. So it's always fun to see. Anyway, let's get on with making a character and actually doing some adventuring. Hurrah! So, dwarf. Brilliant. Love dwarfs. Don't like elves. Never have. So don't do any of those. There's a couple here, Stout Axe and River Hobbit, that I'd actually have to pay for. But they probably come in some of the later expansions. If you have the later expansions, I probably won't have to pay for them. But all the other ones I can use. So, the music suddenly come on. So as I'm doing a dwarf, we'll do a dwarf. Why have I picked a dwarf? Well, I like dwarfs. I also like hobbits, but I thought I'd do a dwarf because they start right at the left-hand side of the map in the Blue Mountains, and because we're in the top left-hand corner of the map, it seems a good place to start. You start a novel, you start in the top left-hand corner, because that's where the writing starts. So that's what we're going to do. The elves also start there, but as I mentioned, not a big fan of elves, so we're not doing elves. But we will go through their starting area, so we will probably do some of their quests while we're at it as well. The hobbits obviously start in the Shire, so that's more in towards the middle at the start of the game. It's in the middle of the map, and you end up after the prologue in Bree, and then you sort of carry on from Bree. The whole thing's set during the War of the Ring. You're sort of like always just behind the Fellowship. You'll see how that works out. There's a main quest, and you're sort of following the Fellowship and helping them out. But they're always like one step ahead of you. We're going to do the prologue now. In the case of dwarves, I think it starts just before the Hobbit, I think. And then there's like a bit of a time slip, and then it's the War of the Ring. What else? Yeah, we're going to do a champion. I quite like playing champions, and they're quite easy to play. The class difficulty is basic. See that? That's around here. And other basic classes like Guardian, dead easy to play. In fact, just before, when I got back into this, and then just before I decided to become a VIP, I was just playing a Hobbit Guardian. And I thought, you know what, I'm enjoying this, so I'm going to get my VIP back. And then I thought, why not stream it, because I'm having some fun. So yes, I'll put it up on YouTube for all of my 19 subscribers. Hello everyone, hi! And we'll just get on with it. So champion, quick thing, you can solo this game on any class. Some are a little more tricky than others, but you can definitely solo your game on any class. Don't worry about it. Jump in, whichever one you like, crack on with it. Races, any race, no problem. Solo any of it. That's not the case. That wasn't the case back in the day. Back in the day, you always had to fellowship up, you know, get a party and things, but you don't have to do that anymore. Thank God. Because I'm with John Paul Sartre. When you've got video games, other people are hell. Especially MMOs. Because you just get chat and everything, it's just full of dickheads. But you can play Lotro solo, so that's what we're going to do. But let's make a character. Continue. And right, what I'm going to be doing is, because I'm sort of taking this easy and really casual, I'll be doing what we call in good old England bimbling around. And a bimble is like when you go for a nice pleasant walk. So which is why I call my hobbit Bimble, but I'm going to call our dwarf Bimblin. Because we're going to come from the Lonely Mountain, and just the end of our names are just like Balin, Thorin, Dwalin. Just going to end it with IN. So he's going to be Bimblin. He's going to be some sort of distant cousin. So what sort of head do we want? I want something with a big nose. That's a big nose, man. We're having that. So he's got a big nose, hairstyle, somewhat funky. That's funky. Is that? Oh, it's a Mohican. Gonna have that. Didn't have a Mohican last time I played. Facial hair. So we've got to have something that'll match that. That matches the Mohican a bit. Let's go through. Oh, that's even better with a moustache. Let's flick through a bit more. Oh, even better moustache. Yeah, I think we'll go for this chap. So that's excellent. Eyes. I think number 2, a bit darker. Eyebrows, well, we don't want them. They're better. Just check the other 2. No, 3. 3 will do. Mouth doesn't matter because we've got a massive moustache. Details. We'll give him a scar or something. Oh, there's a scar right across his eye. That'll do. Eye colour. Let's have bright green. Skin colour, a little bit darker than he is now. think. That's it. A bit ruddy faced. And hair colour, gotta be ginger. He's a ginger. There we go. Ginger. We love it. Right. And size of him. Wants to be stocky, but not too stocky. Just there, where his shoulders just square out. We'll have that. And we'll create the character, as long as Bimblin hasn't been taken. It hasn't. So there's Bimble. So he's actually at Thorin's Gate as well, because he's done all the Shire quests. But we're not doing him. Bimblin's our boy. Dwarf champion. Okay. I think all my options are right. I've got some plugins as well. I'll show you them. I can't remember where I got them from, but I can remember the names. But I'm sure if you have a search around on Google, if you find these plugins, you know, vaguely useful, you will find them. Come on. No, it loads a bit quicker
While
than this.
about to begin your long day of work at the Silver Deep Mine, an old man beckons for you to come near. He is a close advisor of Thorin Oakenshield, the master of these halls. What could he have to say to a simple miner such as yourself?
What indeed. Before we go and speak to Gandalf, what I'm going to do is I've got a deed tracker here. This is one of the plugins. It's just easier to follow me deeds that way. So that's why I have that. This is the button for it. I'm just going to put it down here, out of the way. Let's get rid of that. The other things I have, right at the top, I have a Titan bar. There's all sorts of things you can put on your Titan bar. Like your renown, your vault, shared storage, day and night time, that sort of thing. Reputation, but I've just got my backpack information, some equipment information, durability, and the player location, yeah, which is up here. Move that across a bit. Yes, I just want to move a few things. That's the equipment, and we'll move that in a little bit. We'll change. We can change this frame. I like the 8-year frame, so put that on. Some of these things that I've got might be pretty much because of my being a VIP, I'm afraid, but that's the way we go. Now, down here in the chat, you'll see there's a load of crap going in there. Now, I want to get rid of that, so just going to use the filters on here. I don't want the world chat, because it's full of idiots. I don't want the trade chat, because it's full of idiots. I don't want the out of character chat, because it's full of idiots. And LFF chat, we'll get rid of that as well. That should be okay. And pretty much get rid of most of the idiot chat. So put that there. Just going to press Control and hash. This allows me to move things around, and I want my mount display panel here. That's for my horsey. And is there anything else I want to move? Quest actions, put them down there, and I want to move down my quest tracker. There, just so it don't cover Silver Deep Mine and the coordinates there. Everything else looks pretty good. Oh, I want to move it up here. That's just gone like transparent black colour. This is for tasks, and some of the crap that you get from killing monsters, you can actually turn in at special vendors, and it gets you reputation. So, for example, we're in Ered Luin, so we'll be getting reputation with the dwarfs, and there's a place where we can sort of turn in stuff in order to get that reputation, and it's done with trash that you get off mobs. Well, only some of the trash, and it allows you. You're sort of turning it in, and the dwarves are going, hey, well, you've obviously killed a lot of goblins because you've got a lot of goblin daggers, so here's some reputation with us because you're helping us out against the goblins. See how it works? So what we're going to do is we're going to move this, if I can move it. I might have to come out of this first. Let's go up there. Let me move it. Sometimes it'll let you move it, and sometimes it's just bloody awkward. Oh, that's it. I've got to go right to the side. That's it. So I'm just going to put it there, then it's out of the way. The other thing I want to put out of the way is my inventory bags. They always end up going right in the middle there. So I'm going to pop them over here, just out of the way. You don't have them up all the time, but you'll find that when you do bring them up, you don't want them in the centre of the screen like this. They just become a bit of a pain. There. In fact, I'll move those up. Bear with me, viewers. Oh, there we go. You'll also see I've got some things already, some stuff. The reason for that is because I'm a VIP, and I have been a VIP in the past, so you get like gifts and stuff. And in fact, there's a gift that I want to use. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open most of these, and I'll show you what's left, because otherwise I'm going to be here for about 10 minutes. It's going to be very boring. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to do this. Toodaloo. Okay, and we're back. So I've opened a load of those. I've not opened all of them. We got 3 horses here. Once we can ride, we can put them in the mount section. We can't quite do it at the moment. Got another horse, which is a festive azure steed, which is pretty cool. And also the one we'll be using, which is a steed of East Emnet. I got this because I bought the Riders of Rohan expansion. These are just cosmetic armors, these red ones down here, and we've got some cloaks for the East Emnet, but they're level 75, so we can't use them yet, so no use opening that. There's another legendary enhancement thing. Again, we won't be we can't put these on weapons till level 50, so we won't bother with that. Got some battle potions, use those. Got a load of fireworks. Again, won't use those. These are useful down in the bottom right hand corner. These black steel keys, they can use them to open lock boxes, so I'll put them down there. We've got a map to Bree land and Hengstasa farm. This is where you can get a horse, or you used to be able to get, well, you can still get a horse, but there used to be a big sort of quest for it, and there's a map to get there quickly. There's also 2 boosts. So I'm going to use these in a bit. I'll use both of them. The combat bonus lasts for 6 hours, for example. So if you're actually going to start out, put a boost on. Why not? And use them. Once we actually start running around doing the quest, I'll use one of these swiftness boosts. These last for an hour. I've got 3 of them. I'm not very precious about hoarding stuff. I tend to use them, and so we will do. There's some cosmetics down here. I won't be using any of these, but they're nice to have. I will be using some cosmetics. They're up here. We've got some Roheric armor, which looks really cool, plus the Festive Azure cloak, which I like. But the main thing is this boy, the Outrider's token. So if I just bring up Bimblin here, this is a pocket item, And as you can see, we get bonuses to Fate, Vitality, Tactical Mitigation, and Evade. But the big one is the last one there, plus 25% experience gain on monster kills and crafting. So that is what we want it for. So I'm just going to put it in his pocket. Ask me if I want to put it in his pocket, and I have. So we're going to get plus 25% experience on monster kills and crafting when finally we learn crafting. I'll show you the cosmetic. The equipment, this is what gives you all your bonuses on this equipment page, yeah, but there is a cosmetic page. Now it defaults to the equipment you've got on until such time as you use a slot to put something like, for example, I don't think it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. I think because of we're in like the introduction. So what I will do though is I'll show you how to put those on once the introduction is over. Okay, so as it stands, obviously he's got his basic crap on. We're going to do the introductory quest, and what normally happens is you'll get to replace most of this gear, and you won't get great gear, but you'll get better gear by doing all the introductory quests, and that's what we're going to do. The last two things that we got got a blue orb emote. Now I don't really use emotes, but right click it and we've got it. And a title writ, which is will become Bimblin of the 7 stars. We may as well have that as well. Okay, so there it is. And if we show it in the tracker, it's a deed, yeah, for getting as many of these titles as you can. You get titles for everything, so don't worry, you'll see as we go along. So, sorted this out a bit, but we'll wait till I get to use a vault, which is like a bank, and we'll put what we want to keep in there. Okay, but some stuff out of all this lot we'll be using, some stuff we'll be looking to put in a vault at a later date. But as it stands, let's get on with it. So we've got to go and have a chat with old Gandalf. Now, I'll read out the quests themselves, but if you keep an eye on the screen, Gandalf and other NPCs will do a bit of wittering of their own account, and I'm not going to read that out. Just keep your eyes open for it. I may comment on something like that occasionally because I find it funny, but generally I won't mention it. Yeah. So I'm just messing about, but keep an eye out and you'll get some good flavour text on there. Right, I think I'm happy with that now. Let's go and chat to Gandalf.
Will you humour an old man and walk with me for a spell?
Okay. You there, you're a miner here, are you not? Tell me your name then, my good dwarf. Bimblin, a fine name. I am Gandalf if you do not know me. I am also Gandalf if you do know me. Gandalf the Grey. Now, will you humour an old man and walk with me for a spell? I'm quite tired and could use the company. So we're just going to follow him. As you can see, he's there wittering away. He's going on about thawing. Read it at your leisure. He's Balin and Dwalin, my long lost third cousins, who aren't even going to acknowledge me. Swines. The black sheep of the family. Right, let's talk to Gandalf.
13 will not do.
He doesn't listen, and so I will have to give things a little nudge. You see, we need another party member for the company that departs for the Lonely Mountain. 13 won't do. try and keep all of this text in shot for you. See, Bilbo, it's mentioned Bilbo. Gimli and glowing. How he's dressed. Bit of a dandy, old glowing. Gimli looks like he's been rolled in a pile of jumble. Thorin. Right, so we've got a chat with Gormir now. What I'll do is I'll start doing this where when I'm chatting with somebody, I'll go fully first person. Oh God, look at him. I bet he's up to no good. What do you reckon, lads? And lasses? I reckon he's a bad un. Alright, young one, you have dilly-dallied long enough. You ought to get back to work now. Hasn't your foreman given you enough to do? Yeah, I think you're a hard-ass, don't you, Gormir? Gormir is in no mood to humour a young miner. Well, or a geek. Ooh, a gear satchel. I'll have that. What's going on? I'll come out. It looks like it's going to kick off. So they're worrying about getting the miners out. Gormir, he's going to piss off. Leave it to me and Gimli. Bloody typical. Right, I think we've got to sort of like test our mettle with Gimli here. So what I'll do is just... So we got some better weapons. They're not ace, but better than the two that we had. The one that we had a rusty dagger or something. So now that we have equipped those, we can chat with Gimli.
Have you equipped your weapon yet?
Have you equipped your weapon yet, Bimblin? Quickly now, practice with me before you go into the mine. You never know what evils may appear when the mountains tremble. So what we've got to do is, yeah, if we equip my weapon and everything, what we've got to do is we've got to have a little battle with him. Just hit him a few times. There you are. Kick your ass, dinner. Right, now we go in. Just follow him in. And here we are. Another chat with him.
We've got to clear out all these miners.
A shaking tunnel is never a good sign, and we could even feel it outside. Quickly, Bimblin, you take this passage straight ahead, and I'll go off to the side passage. Another shirker. We've got to do all the difficult stuff. Cap out. If we can get rid of him. Yeah, he's off. Straight to the canteen. Yes. Bit here. Sensible. Monty. Another one straight to the canteen. Do you see him go? Like grease lightning. Right, up here. Cave claw. Looks like Foreman Oter has kicked its ass. Let's have a chat. So we have the order to clear out. Good. If I didn't know better, I think there was a troll romping around in the mountain. Romping? There's one miner left down this way. Let's go fetch him. Let us go fetch him. Lead on. Foreman Auteur. So it's called Twister, is he? Do you mean it's locked? You're the foreman. You should have the key. Well, we can hear his pick. How did Gimli get there? The hell? There's only one bridge. Do-de-dum. Dum-de-dum. Uh-oh, that's Tony. It's a troll! Look at him! I'd get pretty scared. No, Twister isn't going to run. He's going to be knocked into the ground like a nail. Bummer. Gimli. Don't blame him. But yes, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Step. Lead on. What we're going to do, it's locked. Well, that didn't take long. Oh, like, while you wait here and guard the rear. I don't know. Can't get that way. I'm going to have to go this way. Twister. Lucky son. Have a look round. Something strange about this place. A corpse. A corpse and a lot of roses. Look at it. Perfectly preserved. Lies among the ruins of an ancient elf structure. Well, there we are. Oh! K-Claw. Kill. Kill one. Got another 4 to go. One. I can't remember what the rotations are down here. He'll come back to me. I'm just doing a bit of button mashing at the moment. That's what good about this game. It's got really good battle sounds. And the other thing I like as well, considering it's been going since the year dot, when people die, they've got a really good death animation. It's not too overblown like you see in some games, some modern games. So much for me helping. That is Gandalf. That Gormir. Oh, he's used the sunshine trick. Unlucky Mr. Troll. There we are. What's the shiny? Shiny. Oh, you just pick it up, do you, Gormir? We're doing all the work. Found a trinket. Looted. Oh, apparently I've got something to say.
You found the body of a dwarf, did you?
You hear that, Gormir? I wonder if Bimblin has come upon Skorgrim, lying under the collapsed ruins where he was smitten by an elf warrior named Talagan. But that is a matter for years long past. My business is with Thorin today, Gormir may look into the grave of his ancestor while he is steward of this land in Thorin's absence. Finish now.
75 years after the death of Thorin, his halls in the Blue Mountains have fallen under the rule of the Dowerhand clan.
The bastards.
Tribute from Thorin's halls has ceased, and King Dain of the Lonely Mountain has dispatched Lord Dwellin and a company of dwarves to uncover the cause.
Company of Baldies. Don't mess with the Baldies. Right, here we go. Alright, so that was the prologue, which is just before when The Hobbit starts, and now it's like 75 years later, and we've been sent back. In 75 years we've done nothing because we're still level 1. But now we're on the sort of prologue proper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. So that's just a little taster, and we're going to crack on. Next time, just have a look at this. Let's just see. I'm pressing the wrong button. No, I can't get the traits button yet, so we must do that later. So we'll do all of that later. I've done things like, oh, I tell you what I might be able to do. Just before we leave, can I use my cosmetics? I think I can. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how these work. So remember, equipment, that's all your bonuses. That never changes. So you've got your equipment is what gives you all of your armor bonuses. But you can use a cosmetic outfit to make yourself look cool. Because believe you me, early on in the game, they dress you in some right rubbish. This isn't bad. But if you just go off what you get from quests and stuff, you end up looking a right dog's dinner. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use some of my cosmetics here that I got from being a VIP back in the day. So put that on, and what this does is it gives us that rather funky cloak, which is nice. So we'll do that, and what else will we put on? Put on this helm. Look how cool that is. So this is really nice armour. And all cosmetic, it doesn't give us any bonuses, it just makes us look really cool. As you can see, look at that, really cool. But for the nature of what we're doing, obviously we want to see his head. So I'm just going to press this show helmet tab. We're not going to show the helmet because we want to see Bimble's face. So he's on there. Funnily enough, all of this armour, we didn't get any pants. You don't get any pants, but whatever. Okay, so we've put all that on. So we're going to look very cool. I'm going to press this, and there we are. So if I just spin round, look how cool we look. Much better than what we looked before. So I've done that, and so we'll leave it there. I've shown you the cosmetics that we're going to be using, and we're ready to rock and roll. Because we're we'll be questing properly. I'll use a Tome of Swiftness, and I will use the 5% attack damage bonus for 6 hours. We'll use that at the start of the next episode. But that is it. So, hope you join me and Bimble next time as we meet the son of Elrond, one of the sons of Elrond, and we have a look into this Skorgrim business. So, I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.